So the initial phase of pre-production is now done. You've got out of the way a bunch of administrative tasks. You've sent through quotes, you've organized crew, you've seen the treatment, you've looked at some of the agency boards that have come through. You're starting to get a very good idea of exactly how to proceed. You've formulated a plan, and this can happen, this could be 3 weeks out from the shoot, it could be a week out from the shoot. The timeline varies, but really the tasks stay the same, and they can either be very condensed and it can be really chaotic, or it can be drawn out and a little bit longer and a little bit easier and a little bit more relaxed. The goal of getting better at this stuff is to make it more relaxed even when it's condensed. So to focus on the big red flags, the big location questions, the big treatment questions, the big try and solve, start at the biggest problem and work your way down. It's much like when you're lighting on set. You work in broad strokes because you know that time is critical. And then you just keep going until the first AD says you have to shoot. So with pre-production, you start with the big broad strokes, you start with the big broad problems, but there are always going to be issues that you can tackle or things that you can make better or things you can be more prepared for. So as you move closer to the date, your focus narrows and narrows and narrows, and you get stuck on smaller and smaller things until eventually you just start rolling because it's production day and you can prepare no more. But really, you should be taking it right up to the limit. And now that we've got these big, broad strokes out of the way, in the next sections, we're going to talk about gear. We're going to talk about tech scouts. We're going to touch on just how to ramp up the intensity, ramp up the motivation as you get closer and closer to that final production date.